Here for the Eagles, and we are getting set here for first touch. It is the annual pink game for Boston College, so they'll be rocking their pink kits here tonight, while NC State in their black kits on the road here in Newton. Both teams looking for a big win. NC State 2-1-2 in ACC play. They were preseason 16th in the ACC preseason poll, while Boston College still looking for their first conference win. 0-3-2 so far in ACC play this year. They were preseason 13th in the poll.
I mean, we really have to kind of dive in on this a little bit because it's just remarkable. I mean, we just don't see this that much in this conference because of how good this conference is. And just from the idea of, you know, you're playing a non-conference schedule that's just not going to be as hard as the ACC no matter what. So the fact that NC State starts the season the way they do at 1-5-3 and then completely has turned it around in conference and against good teams as well, right? They beat SMU on the road. They tie Florida State. They score 4 goals at Virginia Tech in a 4-4 tie. Nobody's done that. And then the big upset win that you talked about against Wake Forest. It's just remarkable how they have found a way to just completely turn around the course of their season to get better on the fly under Gary Higgins. It's been so impressive to watch, and we'll see if they can continue that here today.
And Gary Higgins in his first season for the Wolfpack has been a proven winner at every stop that he has been a head coach. 3 years as the head coach at East Carolina, and had that program as successful as they could be, winning an ACC conference title, their first in their 30-year history under Higgins. And
Part
similarly,
of a lot of coaching changes in the ACC this year. It was a kind of little bit of a rare year where there was a lot of turnover, but Duke, technically North Carolina, interim head coach obviously, but you had Pitt kind of changing over, and here at NC State.
So many new faces leading the charge across the ACC. You talk about how good this conference has been. Last year, the ACC went 9-0 in the first round. Currently, 7 teams in the top 25. We talked about that NC State-Virginia Tech matchup. Wolfpack had a score with 7 seconds left to tie that game. But they battled with Notre Dame, who's a top 2 team in the country. And they have shown, even after that start to the year, that they can compete with some of the best in the country. Taking Florida State the distance in a 1-1 draw. 7th ranked team in the country, now up to 5 in the latest poll.
So right there you saw Lowenberg back defensively, who had the matchup 1v1 with Bordeleau. It'll be interesting to watch how that develops. Lowenberg, who's such an asset for this BC team, started kind of in that holding midfield spot where she'd been the first couple of years. We've seen her play in the outside back role. We've seen her play the center back role here recently, basically since about the start of ACC play. They really trust her defending, and that'll be important today against such a skilled offensive player in Bordeleau.
Chris Watkins talked about how good Sophia Lowenberg was during the spring season and has just carried that over here to the regular season. In her senior year here for Boston College, try to send the offense forward, but that one's cut off by Nakata, the sophomore from Japan. She's been a durable athlete here for the Wolfpack as that pass goes awry. Now right back to the near side, taken by Mathis, who looks up. Freshman resets. Boston College will be patient in their attack. They like to build from behind. They would utilize the entire field. Eagles last year went 12-5-2, 4-4-2 in ACC play. They started on conference play with an 8-1 record before hitting conference action. They started 2-0-1 in the ACC a season ago. Another chance here for Real to turn. Real fires a shot to the near side. It's going to come back towards the end line and just ride the line before it goes out. Chased after by Brooklyn Holt.
Well, that's what she's going to do, right? It's trying to find ways to create opportunities. And, you know, we talk a lot about Chris Watkins wanting these opportunities, obviously on goal, that percentage of shots to be on target, such an important piece for him and his offense. But, you know, still with this young forward group in terms of their time in the ACC. Obviously, they've played this whole year together now, but you're just looking for, how are you generating chances, I think, in a major way. And Real certainly every time out there certainly feels like she is generating at a pretty high clip.
Eagles 13.7 shots per game, 6.2 shots on goal so far this season. A shot percentage at about 46%. What Boston College has done really well under Chris Watkins in the last couple of years has been generating corner kicks. Second best in the ACC, seventh best in the country this season at 7.6 corners per game. It's really those set pieces that help Boston College generate scoring opportunities as well. Another look on the near side for the streaker in Douglas. Pass comes back down towards midfield. Eagles trying to switch directions. Again, cut off, and it goes right back to Nakata. The sophomore has been at the right place at the right time for a couple of these passes for Boston College, and disrupts another opportunity. Take a look at the season summary here for Chris Watkins and the Boston College Eagles. 4-1-3 during non-conference play. They had a +14 goal differential and just kind of struggled here in conference play.
I mean, again, you look at we knew how young this team was coming in, so we knew that was certainly going to be a factor coming into the ACC, but I think you just look at the fact that, these last three specifically, right, having to go out to California, take on Stanford, have that Cal match, and then turn around and have to play North Carolina, right? I mean, just a really difficult stretch. Now you start to settle in, though, a little bit, back home for a couple of matches in a row, 3 of their next 4. Can they try to make some strides here against some teams that were picked around them in the preseason poll?
Bordeleau tried to sneak that one through the BC defense, but cut off by the Eagles, and now Boston College trying to counter in transition. Another ball through the middle is stopped by Real. Forced it back to the outside. Eagles have had the dangerous chances so far. Second chance inside the 18. That one crossed over and headed back towards Roberts. Now top of the box, deflects towards Clark. She rifles one, but it's blocked.
Like the idea from Clark there. Not a ton of space, but not a bad choice. It was Mara who started it from the outside, who initially put that ball into the box.
Clark picked up her first goal of the season against UNC last time out for Boston College in a 3-1 loss for the Eagles. Now a chance here for Sims, Mary Frances Sims, the junior from Gulfport, Mississippi. Another chance for Bordeleau. Pass is just too far in front and kicked out by Dre.
Boy, both players there. Dre was a little short on the pass, and then the return pass was a little short, allowed Dre to make up for it. Here's that last sequence in the box. Roberts trying to get ahead on it, and you'll see just enough space develops for Georgina Clark to take a chance at it. But just a pretty good job here closing defensively by NC State.
It looked like Mary Frances Sims just came out of nowhere and stayed with the play. Another chance in the box. Bordeleau's blocked. Rebound shot goes up.
Oh boy, that was in the box for longer than you might like defensively as it kind of sat there a little bit. Lydia Poulin, who going back earlier kind of took an awkward step on the turf, looked like she was moving a little bit gingerly, and then you see it again right there. So something to watch. I think she's just done a nice job readjusting, right? Started the year as a center back, which is where she played most of the time at UNH last year. Kind of in a different role now, had been coming off the bench and now back in a starting role out at that right back spot.
Talked about those first couple of matches, play the full 90 in 5 matches so far this season. It's really seen her role expand. Talked about coming over from UNH, where she played in 17 games, had 15 starts, over 1,300 minutes on the year. It's one of those players with playing experience that Chris Watkins felt like, yeah, we might have a young team, but she comes in with some pedigree out of the America East. So a chance here off the free kick for the Wolfpack. BC with a couple of chances inside the 18 for NC State. Now the Wolfpack trying to counter with some opportunities and some pressure on this BC defense. Nakata again back outside. Bordeleau trying to feed it down low. The Decker was the one that was on the receiving end of the pass, but flag goes up. NC State just hasn't been able to find a rhythm in the first 10 minutes of this one. They'll look to press here as BC stuck in their own defensive third. Wolfpack last year finished 4-10-4, 1-6-3 in ACC play.
That's the other piece of it, right? It's the climb, but it's the climb under a first-year head coach, and you know, in a spot where success has not necessarily been there to fall back on from the last couple of years.
Rio is just held up, and now she will just push Alex Moore. Moore will be given a yellow card for the hold on Rio.
I mean, she was holding there for a long time. The frustration starts to set in after the fact, because it did take a little bit of while for this. I mean, it's very clear there, and that's, you know, the frustration of no whistle for a little bit, but I do think that got adjudicated correctly.
Alex Moore has played the full 90 in 12 matches this year, coming off a complete game against Wake Forest. Only match she missed this year was against Davidson, a senior defender. Fed down the near side. Holt trying to hold the line here. Passed right back to the top of the box. It's cleared out. Great job by NC State.
Interesting design there. Tricky little play to execute, but Mara did a decent job trying to shield and then eventually come back with the pass. Opening just wasn't quite there.
Douglas trying to get it back to Mara, but it's deflected. And, you know, Douglas has looked for Emily Mara a couple of times this year. A freshman from Winchester, Mass, with 3 goals, 7 points, second on the team. Mara, who's also on the women's hockey roster here at Boston College, will get a chance to continue playing after the soccer season ends for the women's ice hockey program. Passed right back here on the near side, taken by Dre. She'll serve it. The Wolfpack will stay in shape and force Boston College to reset. Lowenberg with the outlet pass back is Holt. Now Holt just trying to play defense here as the pressure comes from Mathis. Eagles earn a throw-in. Again over the line. Now, Brooklyn Holt, the senior defender from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Her dad, Tori, played football at NC State. Her mom, Carla, was a soccer player for the Wolfpack. And her sister, Brianna, graduated from NC State after playing for the women's soccer program. So a family of Wolfpack.
Smart play by Lowenberg. The opening just wasn't quite there on the left side. Bordeleau, though, not afraid to put some pressure on.
She has been going quickly, trying to close the gap. Foul called, so Eagles will get a free kick. Daisy Duda, there on your screen, the freshman. Also seeing a lot of time. This is also a young Wolfpack team. Duda starts in 11 of 13 games this year. Picked up an assist against Virginia Tech and Wake Forest. A freshman from Mountain Lakes, New Jersey. Dispossessed there at midfield. Great job defensively by Duda. She takes it away. Misplay off Ledecker. Clark there in the mid has really helped this Boston College try to generate offense, and looked like both players there got a piece of the turf monster.
Yeah, they'll give possession to NC State. Let's see if Mara, if there's any, well, kind of inadvertent there, right? So Aoki kind of slipped, as you said, and then Mara kind of got caught there. So, it, you know, tough to rule it a foul. It probably is okay to just restart NC State possession.
Great job keeping it in on that far side, but Lowenberg will take it back for the Eagles. Boston College coming off that tough road stretch. They were in California against Stanford, 7th-ranked team in the country at the time, lost 2-0. Cal was receiving votes. They were able to pick up a point on the draw. Now a pass for Bordeleau down the near side, and deflects off of Bordeleau. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Great effort there, going back defensively for Amalia Dre.
Neither team's really quite gotten any kind of real grade A chances so far. Both teams kind of feeling each other's defenses out.
Eagles will again work it back from their defense. Olivia Shippey, the junior, getting her 14th start of the year, 4-4-5 on the season, a .75 goals against. Chance for Mara, got it poked away, and that's going to end up with Douglas here on the near side. Now Douglas feeds it back to Mara, who tried to cross it in, deflects towards the near side, and Douglas just gets a piece of the defender in front. So it'll be another throw-in coming up for Boston College. The Eagles coaching staff wanted BC to go quickly.
Oh, good throw.
Back inside, trying to turn. Real, looking for a window. Trying to feed it back to the right side, but Mathis just misstepped it. And it's going to go out of play for a Wolfpack throw-in.
Yeah, it's a pretty good throw to create a little bit of a lane. But NC State did a pretty good job staying tight within their windows, not allowing Boston College to have any kind of lane there.
So Eagles reset back to Shippey. Eagles will be at home for the next two. Pink Night here, and then they'll host Louisville before going back on the road against Syracuse on the 19th of October. Back for Bordeleau. Tried to step through Lowenberg, and Lowenberg just takes it away.
Oh, good turnover.
Nice chance again for the Wolfpack. Trying to find an opening. Shot's going to go wide.
But see how Bordeleau creates space for herself there and gives herself a chance. You know, it's probably a little bit too far out to create a super grade A looks, but watch. First you get the turnover here by NC State, pass just a little bit behind, and then watch Bordeleau again, 13. Watch how she comes back, creates that space for herself, extra touch, still managed to get it away. This is really good job of offensive play in the attacking end. Pauline does a decent job to catch up and at least affect the shot enough to make it go wide.
And both teams have done a really great job on setting the help side defender to make it a little bit more difficult on the passes or that rebound shot, which we have not seen anything too dangerous on either end, but both teams now starting to build opportunities here in the first half. Very similar styles for both teams. That one goes over the line. The Eagles will have a throw in. 2 shots for the Wolfpack, none for the Eagles. Long throw in into the box. Taken again by Mathis. She looks for Roberts. Ball into the box. On the far side is Mara. It's taken out of the air by Protopis, but the flag was up for offside.
Flag was up anyway, but decent look there. Mara just got a little bit too far in behind. But you like this creativity here from Boston College. Watch the entrance right there. You can see it right there. Mara is a step behind the defender.
Well, Protopis has been outstanding in this stretch in ACC play for NC State. She was ready for that one, even if it wasn't flag up. The Decker tries to get through a pair of defenders, but bounces back to the near side for Sims. Now Sims trying to dance her way through the defense, opens up some space. No pressure on Sims, so she'll just dangle away. And resets it back out to Mackenzie Smith, the junior from England. It's been a journey for Mackenzie, who started her career at NC State, transferred over to East Carolina, played a year at ECU before coming back this season for the Wolfpack. Good turn on the far side, trying to get it into the box, and Bordeleau was held up. Great job cutting off the angle in the box, and that's going to force NC State to reset on a throw-in. Well, Georgina Clark came in and marked Bordeleau. Another chance on the near side, goes back towards the line and over for a throw-in. Douglas will be in charge of the throw-in again. Another chance for the Eagles. They'll give it up to Lowenberg, who looks for the outlet pass. Has Mathis on the right side. Nice initial touch by Mathis, keeps it in play. Trying to work her way past Aoki. Cross into the box. Mara tried to get up. Protopis came out. And Clark alters that one towards Douglas, who fires another one that bounces towards Protopis.
This is one of those moments where, you know, nothing like grade A yet, like we talked about. It's not, but you just see the door starting to break down a little bit by little bit. When we talked to Chris Watkins before the start of the season, the first thing he said about Lowenberg is her distribution at length is such a valuable piece for us. And you see an example of it right there as it ends up creating that whole mini opportunity for Boston College.
Lowenberg resets back to Shippey after some pressure here from the Wolfpack. She has really been the key to this offense so far, whether it's the outlet passes or right now moving towards midfield. Another chance, no one there. A little miscommunication on the run. Just over 22 minutes gone by here in the first half. Scoreless between NC State and Boston College. Eric Galanti, Luis Sanchez, happy to be with you here on ACC Network Extra. And oh, Mother Nature with the snap of a finger just made it fall.
Yeah, certainly. I think a low like 31, 32 tonight, I think I saw. Had to rush and take the ACs out of the window.
There you go.
Today.
I'm just upset I didn't pack another jacket as that one goes out for a throw-in. You know, the other day I was asking Alexa and said 81 degrees as a high and 31 degrees as a low. I was like, I do not know how to plan for that type of day.
You just set off everybody's...
I did, actually. You're right.
Now,
You're right.
right?
You're
It's,
right.
you know.
It's okay. I didn't give it a command.
Yeah.
So the Eagles try to get an opportunity here for Boston College. And that one goes over again. Another throw-in coming up. It's the 20th time, all-time meeting between these two programs. Eagles hold a 14-5 advantage in the series. Eagles with a 2-1 victory against NC State a season ago. But the Wolfpack have been really good in the series against the Eagles lately. They've picked up 4 of its 5 wins since 2016. Another foul. Actually, it's going to go out of play for a throw-in. So again, back to the far side. So another quick stoppage, and this one will be an opportunity for NC State to try to generate some offense. They have not been able to get more pressure on this BC defense. Olivia Shippey has not been tested in a dangerous effort. Just 2 shots for the Wolfpack, none on goal. The Eagles do have 5 fouls called here so far in the first half to the 1 for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack leading the ACC in yellow cards this season. Another pass, this time cleared out. You can see the numbers there, 10.5 fouls per match, the most in the conference. 19 yellows. Thrown into the box for Bordeleau. She'll try to sneak one through, but Lowenberg again awaits the pass.
Yeah, a really solid start for Lowenberg again. That Their center back roll.
Another great job by Roberts as she stays with it after the deflected pass. Now some space for Ashley Roberts. She'll swing it back to Clark. Now the Eagles really feeling the passing here as Reel goes to the outside of the 18, tries to cut it back inside. Nice moves by Reel, trying to find an opening. Reel fires it wide.
Oh, that last touch was so impressive. You know, watch as she makes her run here, right? And, you know, similar to what we just said about Bordeleau, you're creating space for yourself here. So pretty good job right there. But nope, one more to get really good positioning. And then, as we said, did not miss by much.
Just wide there by Sophie Reel. We talked about it. Junior from Hingham, Massachusetts, really feels like she's found the right place, the right system here at Boston College. Reel with 13 points on the year, 6 goals for the Eagles. Now the Wolfpack will try to counter with an opportunity of their own. Sims feeds it back outside for Nakata. Extra pass. Just trying to find a chance inside for Bordeleau. She resets outside the box. Poulin trying to earn that back on a tackle. Got a lot of ball. And it's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, they rule a clean tackle, corner kick, but
Duda has had a couple of good chances on that left side.
But then by definition, if she got ball, then it's off of Boston College, I suppose, right?
So the first corner here for NC State. First corner of the match tonight. A couple of bodies start moving. Cross comes in. Shippey makes her way through and snags that one out. Olivia Shippey, 6 shutouts on the season. Has really grown into that role this year after only playing in 3 games a season ago.
Yeah, she's been great, and she kept it up, right, through the course of the start of the ACC. You know, when you have to replace a goaltender who played as many minutes as Vivka Villebrandt did here at Boston College the last 4 years, it's a tough shoes to step in for, and she's done a really great job.
Yeah, just a total of 69 minutes in 3 games last year. Did not play as a freshman. Now has had the workload here for the Eagles. A reset back to Douglas. Great pressure coming in from Nakata.
That was, yeah, really good work there by Nakata on that run. It looked like Mara really was going to have a lane there. Nakata did a great job without fouling to just do enough.
Going to see our first sub check into the match as Antonella Maciotto, a sophomore from Uruguay, gets ready on the near side. Throw in again for Boston College on that far side. Right in front of the BC women's soccer banners. The Eagles have had some rich history here at the Heights. A couple of Sweet 16 appearances, made it to the Elite 8 last time back in 2013, College Cup in 2010. And Chris Watkins, he knows the history here at Boston College, and big tackle there is going to lead to a foul. Wants to get Boston College back into that national tournament, and in year 1 almost did it a season ago.
Yeah, as we've talked about, probably, you know, a win, one more win somewhere on the card probably gets them back in that conversation last year. You know, knew the task was going to be difficult this year. Not that it's year 1, but it just with this core certainly felt like a much different group considering how senior heavy and, you know, how much older that team was versus this young group up front. But has every confidence that they're going to build their way into it.
Watkins and his staff confident in this young group and what they can do, and what they are building here at Boston College. We see with NC State some of the results they've been able to pick up here in conference play. The tie against Florida State, some really close competitive games against some of the best teams in the country. as the Wolfpack try to put the press on. Douglas, open space.
It's a pretty good job of the off foot there by Shippey.
Now Douglas resets. That's been another growth spot for Shippey, is just where that placement is coming on those kicks. Sometimes she goes short to her defense, other times she'll get the outlet pass. And again, just growing in confidence as we see Macioto check in, and coming out will be Fien Leidecker. And the Eagles also will sub out Sadie Mathis here on the near side. Mila Lee will check in for Boston College. So a couple of fresh legs out there for both teams with 15 minutes remaining here in the first half. Eagles are scoring 1.5 goals per game, giving up 0.77. Real gets the bounce, trying to turn away from trouble. Real cuts it back to the left side. Real gets taken down at the top of the 18, but no call. Douglas trying to keep the pressure on.
It's an interesting one right on the edge of the box. Chris Watkins is going to ask to review this. Let's see. Real makes a nice move to get in. First is positioning on the field, and second is, you know, obviously the level of contact. It certainly looked like on that one that, you know, I guess you're talking about were legs tied up, or was it, you know, an attempt at the ball that ended up kind of going directly into the leg. So they will take a beat. They are allowed to, this is one of the things you're allowed to review in these situations. Should a penalty be awarded? So again, first thing you got to look for is spot on the field. And I would say she's probably in the box. So that's part one. And then part two, I mean, there's certainly no contact with the ball there. I guess the question is, you know, is Real kind of creating the contact herself? And that's where the contact comes from. To me, it's hard to make that argument, but, you know, see someone certainly driving, right? And then Emily Wong is the one coming in. They look at this pretty quickly. You'd probably see either way here.
And I think what the argument would be is that Wong didn't step through. Wong kind of stays upright on that leg tackle, and it looks like quick review here, and they will keep the call on the field confirmed. So it stands, no foul. So 2 times Real has generated some quality looks for Boston College. That time almost draws a foul in the penalty box, but clean tackle by Emily Wong, freshman from Coquitlam, British Columbia. Great block there, keeps possession with the Wolfpack. Another chance for Wong. Nakata trying to sneak that one inside. Coming back is Mara and Real. This one passed back. Alex Moore will reset, defender from California. Coming off of a career-high 16 games played last year with 12 starts. Moore has played the full 90 in 12 games this year. This one's going to go over the line, a throw-in coming up for Boston College. Mila Lee was calling for it, gets it from Douglas, now gives it back. Lee, the fresh sub out for Boston College. Just one sub apiece for both sides. Dre resets back to Shippey. Eagles will go patient on their attack this time.
It's one of those matches. Both teams are making it very challenging and really testing your ability to build.
Really, both teams just haven't given an inch on that back line. Holt resets. And both teams just trying to apply some pressure. Send defenders up. That forces a turnover here as Douglas has it. Get it a touch pass, but it's cut off on the near side by Sims. She'll look for Holt. So now the Wolfpack with an opportunity to try to build from behind, looking for the outlet pass, but again, another miscommunication. Duda was breaking out to the left side. That pass came through the middle of the field. Taken away, now Bordeleau. Bordeleau fires a shot. It's gonna bounce in on Chippy.
Pretty good through ball. It's probably 4.5 yards farther back than you might want to really be able to get something out of it, but it's a good ball. You know, credit Georgina Clark, though, because she's able to make up that ground quickly enough that Bordeleau has to take that shot maybe a step earlier than she might have wanted.
Well, Bordeleau generates chances as good as anybody in the ACC, 5th in the conference in shots a game at 3.5. She's top 10 in points and 4th, tied for 4th in goals in the conference with 8. We talked about that matchup against Wake Forest, the brace against the Demon Deacons. It's her 3rd career multi-goal game. Lowenberg trying to step up here on Bordeleau. Pass through the middle and now taken away. A couple of great defensive plays for Nakata, the sophomore midfielder. She'll give it up to Bordeleau, who has space. On the left foot, sneaking it inside. Touch pass is taken away. Macioto was all alone there. If that last touch connects, Wong now stepping up defensively. Trying to find Bordeleau. Lets the pass go through, and Eagles will clear it out.
Again, the amount that Bordeleau has possession, as you said, just a touch behind.
A couple of good options.
Got some creativity, though.
You can see it. NC State knows that she can fire shots, and if the defense doesn't respect it, she can dish it off as this one comes back on the near side. Wolfpack now trying to sustain the pressure here against the Eagles. Roberts comes back. Another sliding tackle for the Eagles. And Morrow will track it down on the far side. Looking for Real. Sent right back towards the Eagles' defense. That one's going to bounce wide of Shippey. Two subs checking in for the Eagles. Tess Barrett and Ellie Slensky will come in for Boston College's Ashley Roberts, and Sophie Real will check out. So now Boston College with a couple of fresh legs up top with Mila Lee and now Tess Barrett. Slensky will go towards the mid. Good read there by the Wolfpack to slow that one down. It was Mackenzie Smith getting up to head it away. Eagles right back in the attacking third. Trying to get across into the box. Holt comes up. Another chance for the Eagles to keep the pressure going. And it's taken away from Barrett. Back to the near side. Mishit pass. Douglas will take it away, draw the foul, and a free kick coming up for Boston College. Douglas resets the spot. Lowenberg will come over. Told you about Macioto, sophomore. Had the game-tying goal against East Carolina in the 1-1 draw earlier this year. Picked up the game-tying goal against Virginia Tech with just 7 seconds remaining to tie the Hokies at 4-4. This one into the box. That one off the face. Just getting in on that one was Andy Wright.
Well, I guess that's why she has the mask on.
Clear mask for Andy Wright. She got right in the way of this one.
Oof.
That's one where it starts ringing a little bit. The freshman played in 90 minutes against Wake Forest, also 90 minutes against St. John's. Picked up.
I was going to say something, but it was such a bad pun. I'm not even going to.
You know I love bad
Yeah,
puns. I'm the king of those.
I respect the audience too much.
Another chance as this one goes back for the Eagles. Lowenberg with some pressure on her. Will try to turn away. Wong has done a great job here in the last couple of minutes marking the Eagles offensive players. Lee trying to create. Gets it back inside the top of the 18, and a couple of defenders for the Wolfpack combined there to force BC back. Eagles now pushing up their defenses. Lowenberg now with the opportunity, but turned it over. Gets it right back.
Lowenberg's really playing with a lot of confidence. You can see it. As a senior, really full trust in what she's trying to do.
Lowenberg, who's played the full 90 in the last 8 games, picked up a goal against FDU earlier this season, had a goal and an assist against Stonehill in the season opener for Boston College, and that 4-1 victory for the Eagles. 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Both teams with just one shot on goal. There's a big tackle as Holt goes down, and Mila Lee will be called for the foul. So free kick coming up for the Wolfpack.
Mila Lee's really been a nice find for Chris Watkins, another one of this big group of freshmen. Had a bunch of goals early. You see the breakdown, and you know, it's 53% scored by underclassmen, but remember, Sophie Reel's a junior, but you know, had only played the 400 minutes, and this is really her first time, A, with Boston College, and then B, playing, you know, very significant action this year. So talked about the inexperience of this forward group and how that was going to affect things over the course of this season.
It's the Eagles team that lost 25 of 38 goals from a year ago. Obviously saw Sid Segala for a brief moment in that Pittsburgh matchup, but haven't seen her since, so they're still trying to find that secondary and third scorer on the team that can make a difference. Mara on the right side. Mara trying to set it up, cuts it through. Mara keeps it on the right foot, cross through the box, and it's hit off the body and out by Mackenzie Smith.
Good job earning the corner, though. Boston College, when they're going right, they are earning corners in a major way.
It's going to be the first corner for Boston College, as they'll send in a late sub. So Hannah Spencer, a freshman from Houston, Texas, will check in for Mara. So Spencer, in her 9th game this season, will set up on the near post. High cross through the middle, headed and just wide. Great service into the box, but it goes just wide of Protopis.
Yeah, good try here. Tess Barrett with an excellent service, and it's Amalia Dre, who scored a couple of times in these situations early in the year. Did not miss by much. Trying to go for that far post.
Eagles have had the dangerous chances. Both teams with 3 shots now here in the first half. Eagles, second in the ACC in generating corners. Wolfpack done a good job in not giving up set pieces to Boston College here so far in the first 42 minutes. Lowenberg trying to switch directions here. Through the middle for Clark. Lowenberg had eyes up here for Douglas. Feeds it for Wright in the middle. Now trying to find the cutter in Lee, and Protopis comes out aggressively. Doesn't give Mila Lee a chance.
Well, let's see Wright. It's a pretty good through ball there. Probably just needed, one step sooner.
Protopis shanks that one.
This is one of those games where you've seen subtle moments where it feels like there's some lanes. Haven't resulted again in the highest quality chances, but some lanes. And the second half is going to be an adjustment piece of, okay, now how do we find those and do so in a way that can create some of those chances? And whichever team can do that more effectively is the team that's going to have a chance to get a result tonight.
Eagles give it back here with 95 seconds remaining in the first half. It'll be a throw-in for NC State on that far side. Spencer trying to get a deflection. It goes with Bordeleau. Now the Eagles trying to put some pressure on, but Bordeleau will escape it. Lowenberg again steps up. Deflected, another throw-in coming up for Boston College. Eagles with 8 goals in the first half this year. They've scored the majority of their goals in the second half, 11 coming in the second frame. Only 6 teams make the ACC tournament. These two teams trying to find their way back into that top 6. As this one's going to go out for a throw-in.
It's an interesting debate. It's an interesting conversation, right? We can go into it more in the second half.
Time winding down here as we go to halftime. Scoreless between the Wolfpack of NC State. Perspective. Trying to keep this one scoreless. Protopis with a couple of big saves on her end, and Olivia Shippey for Boston College on the other end for the Eagles. And we are underway here to start the second half. Eric Lancy, I'm Luis Sanchez. Happy to be with you here at the Newton Soccer Complex in Newton, Massachusetts on ACC Network Extra. Get a quick throw in here after the quick start for the Wolfpack. You had talked about it, Eric. It felt like both teams had generated opportunities, but nothing too dangerous.
Yeah, it feels like there's some lanes available, right? And the step becomes about trying to just get as much out of those opportunities in a game that really has not yielded a ton.
Yeah, I think for Boston College, maybe some missed opportunities on those quality chances in that first half. We've seen NC State play a really good second half in the last 4 matches since they've been on this streak here in ACC play. 4 games unbeaten in those 4 games. It was after that 2-1 loss to Notre Dame for NC State. They were able to pick up a win against SMU on the road. Had a 1-1 tie against 7th-ranked Florida State. And followed that up with a tie against Virginia Tech before their win against the 12th-ranked Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Trying to cut it back inside, and this one's going to deflect away. It will be a goal kick as it just goes off the legs of Pauline on the near side. She was very active in the first half for Boston College. Picked up an assist on the goal by Georgina Clark against NC State. Another local product from West Hartford, Connecticut. Four-time All-State player. So we've seen a lot of this from the Wolfpack. Starting it off with Protopis, waiting for BC to send their press and then try to feed it off to the defense to get the Eagles a little flat-footed, but just hasn't worked just yet.
No, not a huge thing, but for what it's worth, just the one sub for NC State, Boston College, a few more. That's one thing when Chris Watkins is, has his team where he wants them. He likes to be able to rotate out his forward group and kind of do with that 60-30 split.
Mathis feeds one across. Had to battle Aoki there. Pauline just mistimed the jump, and now Lowenberg almost lost that battle to Bordeleau.
Good pressure there by Bordeleau to force Dre. Comes out, knocked to the near side.
We talked about Lowenberg, but Amalia Dre as well has been at the right spot to help out Lowenberg if she does overcommit. Another hit off of Mathis, as she'll just laugh this one off. Tells our head official she's all right as she walks away.
Got some people in the wrong spots today.
Not fun getting hit up there. But Mathis just shakes it off. Freshman from Acton, Massachusetts. Mathis missed a couple of games this season for the Eagles, but returned against Pitt. Now up to 12 games played this year. Has 2 assists this season, as this one just passes Mathis on the near side. Talked about the starting lineup for the Wolfpack and Gary Higgins. A ton of players who have played the full 90 in a majority of the matches this year. Nakata again sending the pressure. Nakata, one of those players, 90 minutes in 11 of the 13 matches played this year. So a chance again for Boston College to build from the defensive line. Amalia Dre, sophomore, sends it out to the left side. That one's going to go out of play for another throw-in. Wolfpack score about 1.2 goals a game. They average about 13.7 shots a game and 5.9 shots on goal. Wolfpack, we talked about their success so far in conference play. They had a tough non-conference schedule, 1-5-2 in non-conference play. As here's Bordeleau trying to break down Dre on this defensive run. Bordeleau cuts across. Just got a piece was Lowenberg, so it stops the run for Bordeleau. Chance inside the 18. Cut across, weak side, headed, and stays in front.
Boy, Pauline took a tough hit in the box, but she's the one that makes this play and keeps it out.
He's been on the receiving end of some hard contact here today. Take another look at the contact as Pauline just goes up and, yeah, gets a shoulder check on the way through from Daisy Duda. Oh, hockey season's here.
Yeah, that's a scary one in those, can be a scary one in those spots. And this is one of the things that they've put an emphasis on checking more. Anything that's up high.
See Chris Watkins looking on. He talked about Pauline and grabbing her from the portal. They needed a center back. They love that she had no fear. That's exactly what she does there. Just goes up, trying to avoid giving up an easy goal. Absorbs the contact, and now leads to an opportunity here for Boston College to go back the other way. Looks like she's all right as ball is back in play.
But again, she's done a pretty good job adjusting to this right back spot where we've seen her play a little bit more after, as you said, starting the season in the center back role. I think she's done a nice job adjusting.
So the Eagles again will start with Lowenberg here. Bordeleau will send the pressure. Another long pass looking for Mara. Taken away by Emily Wong. The Eagles trying to generate again as they take this one back. Mara gives it back to Clark, and now Clark looking for a pass through the middle. Another great read, and here goes a run for Bordeleau. Lowenberg again stops that run.
Play, really good play.
Well, the active feet of Lowenberg have prevented Bordeleau from breaking free. A lot of communication coming from the Wolfpack sideline as this one goes to Protopis. Got to go back and take a look at this stop from Sophia Lowenberg. Just reads this one well.
Yeah, and I think that's where we used that confidence word before, right? It's just, you know, confidence can mean some different things, but it's just confidence and trust in what she's doing, right? It's committing to where she's going to go, whether it's, you know, a pass over the top, the long ball that we've seen a couple of times, or even just a play like that. And again, in a position that, yeah, she's had a background playing before, but hasn't played a ton of in college before this year.
So it continues to grow in this new role, and just a great stop against a really dangerous scorer in Jade Bordeleau. Bordeleau a goal in 4 straight games. Now here's Wong, a nice turn, open space. Wong trying to lift one. Just didn't get enough spin on that one to put it on target.
Yeah, Dre kind of pushes wide enough that Wong has to then turn it back inside. See how Dre makes that move at the last minute, and then you're kind of caught in between while you're really pulling the shot inside or just trying to go wide and around, and you end up getting stuck and couldn't quite execute it either way.
Another good read here for Pauline. She'll try to set it up with Lowenberg. Nice run. This one popped up towards Real. She has Mara alongside. Real, triple team comes, tried to split it. Good legs on this side from Mackenzie Smith. The junior takes that one away. Now another battle between Bordeleau and Lowenberg takes it away. This one bounces towards Aoki. Tries to take it back, and she does. Gives it up to Bordeleau. 2 goals against Western Carolina, 2 goals against Wake Forest. They've been trying to feed the junior in Jade Bordeleau, but the Eagles all over her so far here today. Real. Nice first touch for Sophie Real. Has some trouble in front, so dishes it back to Wright. Andy Wright. Looks like that big contact off the mast. Right back in the play, as that one's just going to deflect out for a throw-in. See Jade Bordeleau there. Had a hat trick last season against George Washington. Has scored 50% of the Wolfpack goals this season. It's the longest goal streak for an NC State player since 2011.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And again, even more than that, the brace against Wake. I've seen little bits of flashes, but generally speaking, Boston College has done a decent job.
Really, both defenses, whether it's Boston College against Bordeleau and the Wolfpack against Sophie Real, have not been able to get to the back of the net.
A little more aggressive there from Pauline on the offensive side.
She'll get a chance to go quickly on the throw-in. Mara down the right side. Aoki trying to size her up and just kicks it out of play. It'll be a corner kick coming up. Aoki says it deflected off of Mara. Another good battle developing on the right side.
She really, you know, we've seen Mara so much go out to those wings and then try to create from there. And, you know, the thing that we've talked about with her so much as we'll watch Roberts take the corner is her game fits Chris Watkins' system really well, right? Because they both complement each other in how teams want to create corner kicks. And that's why Boston College was, you know, top 11 in the country last year in corner kicks created, way up there once again in the ACC this year.
Roberts, service into the box is pushed away. Protopis with a couple of bodies around her, able to clear it out. Now right, just gonna lift it as the Eagles reset, try to get back on side. Some contact there, and it's gonna lead to a foul. It's actually the spot of the last contact. So free kick coming up for the Wolfpack. 11 minutes have gone by here in the second half, still scoreless between Boston College and NC State. Protopis will be out to make the kick here, has some support on the left side. Connects here with Duda. Duda was trying to find the pass towards Wong, but Wong let it go through, and now the Eagles will take it. Mathis resets back to Dre. Well, Wolfpack made the NCAA tournament in 2022. Last winning season came in that 2019-2020 year as Protopis comes all the way out.
What a great aggressive play.
Just a great read by Protopis.
So you got Mara coming in, and they obviously collide there, but just a great job, as you said, by Protopis to just get to that spot just ever so slightly, but gets there first.
It'll be NC State to have their first subs of the second half as Erica Roberts, the redshirt junior from Florida, will check in, along with Antonella Maciotto. Daisy Duda on her way to the near side, and Fien Ledecker as well. We'll see if Chris Watkins will counter. Lowenberg trying to set it up from that back line. Clark now with possession. Tries to find the pass. Mathis has a streaker down the left side. And this one, Holt just trying to hold off as it goes out of play. Douglas called for it, got the pass, just ran out of space down that left wing.
Well, you know, we have seen Boston College in some games like this in the ACC so far, right? The 0-0 tie against Cal, the 0-0 tie maybe most impressively against Wake Forest.
Contact there is going to lead to a foul. But it's really felt like the Eagles have had chances, and if they haven't had chances, they've limited their opponent's chances, especially in conference play. Biggest margin of defeat was that 3-1 loss to North Carolina. The Eagles have been in it. Again, Chris Watkins, 7 years at Gonzaga, never had a losing season. This one sent in and cleared out by the Eagles. Nice turn down the line, but a great job by the defense back there for Boston College. Douglas now has possession. Really just feels like the help for the defense has really come at the right time. As that one goes over the line for a throw-in. Now the Wolfpack will try to go quickly. Maciotto lost it on the pass back. Now it's just sloppy possession here Nothing clean.
Yeah, it feels like everything needs to reset a touch.
Talking about the Wolfpack, their last winning season came in that 2019-2020 year. Had 12 wins, 7 losses, 4 ties, went 4-2-4 in ACC play. That year they lost in the ACC semifinals before making it all the way to the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament. They fell to BYU 3-0. Poulin back inside the 18. Crossed it towards right there. Another chance for Mathis. Don't know if she was set up. And now another great takeaway.
Yeah, Real got stuck a little bit, but again, it's a credit to the defensive effort.
A great decision by Lowenberg. Feeds it back to Shippey. And now the Eagles try another run. Mara down the right side. Has Poulin cutting across. Mara trying to win this battle down the right, but clear it out. Again, it's Aoki who gives up a corner. Just has not allowed Mara to turn the corner.
You learn her tendencies, right? I mean, she's so skilled on that side. And even in a spot where you make a pretty good play, you know, Mara gets it to a spot on the pitch where it's just going to give you more and more opportunities to create these corner kicks.
Corner from the near side. 29 minutes remaining here in the second half. High cross, back post. And Holt will have it, tries to reset it, but Roberts keeps it in play. Another chance, that one's headed backwards.
You know, good job remarking up there by NC State, right? Because as you said, it looked like that ball came out and was cleared. And then Roberts got a chance to give another serve into the box, and NC State did a pretty good job marking up.
At the Newton Soccer Complex here in Newton, Massachusetts on the campus of Boston College. That's Eric Galanti. I'm Luis Sanchez, happy to be with you here on ACC Network Extra on a Thursday night football day. Also plenty of hockey going on. Bruins game 2 of the season. Boston College out in Minnesota taking on the Gophers. Mara's gonna hold up here on the throw-in and just leave it for Poulin. It's that intersection of fall sports and winter sports.
Certainly when you play up here in the Northeast, you go from the heart of the summer, soccer season starting earlier and earlier for the college teams. Take you right through the chill of fall, so they will come over and take a peek here.
Our official will come and check for a possible penalty.
Yeah, he said he couldn't tell, so this is, you know, what replay is for, right? If you're not sure, try to get it right.
So they will take a look here at the replay monitor. Artie's been busy tonight. 27 minutes remaining here in the second half. Our second video review. Take a look at what they're trying to track.
We can try to find it. Not sure if they were maybe looking at a handball there. I would say no based on that look, right? Yep, so you can hear it, no handball. So that was indeed what they were looking at. And
so we'll get a throw in. Our official deems no handball off the body. So Poulin will restart it here in front of her own bench. This one back out of play. Now the throw-in is cut off this time, and lead to another throw-in as Erica Roberts just clears the trouble. And this is what NC State does well. They will stop you in your tracks, and they're okay taking these resets as long as they're able to get in the right position. It's a race for this one down the left side and cleared out.
Yeah,
Did it
Drake.
deflect? Dre got the deflection.
I mean, either way, great play just to break up the run. But then even better to actually get the deflection here. Watch the play here. Goes down to a slide. Yep, exactly. Definitely knocked off.
And I think it's kind of like a baseball slide where she kept her backside up a bit enough so she wouldn't go through in that tackle and get called for a foul. So a great job by Amalia Dre to win possession back here for the Eagles. We've seen some really good tackles on both sides. So the Eagles reset back to their defense. Lowenberg, who's had the ball on her feet a lot here tonight. Trying to work her way through. Little two-woman game with Poulin and deflected out as Wong comes over to help. And Wong has been the disruptor for the Wolfpack here today.
Just got a little tighter each of those sequences, right? Putting more pressure on the ball.
So a chance now for the Wolfpack to have a quality chance and building their offense. A long throw in. Maciotto tries to keep it in play. We'll take a look at the top 10 here in the ACC. It's where the Wolfpack are trying to find themselves as, again, top 6 teams in the conference make the ACC tournament at the end of the year.
As we've talked about a lot, it's not that long a season in conference. So, you know, you rip off 4 games in a row, unbeaten, 2-0-2, you got a chance. You know, I mean, it's tough to make that top 6, especially in this league.
I think what benefits the Wolfpack is they've had some of the tougher games already with Florida State and Wake Forest. Obviously the loss to Notre Dame. They do finish the season against Duke and North Carolina. Some contact upstairs, I think, on the loose arm by Emily Mara. It just got Aoki upstairs. We've seen Aoki and Mara battle here on the near side. You can see Aoki just kind of signal, hey, the arm got up. Let's take a look. They're going to reset before the official blew the whistle. It was a start, so now they get a chance to get this one downfield. Another chance here for Roberts. Kicks it back out to the left side, trying to set a cross into the box. It's taken by Shippey.
Actually had someone behind her, right? That's Bordeleau's in there, but again, good read.
But again, you think about what makes Jade Bordeleau so good. It's plays like that where she finds herself in a position to try to make a play. That one didn't get through the arms of Shippey, but Bordeleau was right there if it did. Lowenberg again will survey the pitch. Gets this one down the right side. Aoki kicks it out of play. A throw in coming up for Boston College. Take a look again on this chance for Roberts.
Goes wide with it to get the service through, and it does come in clean. Dre did a pretty good job shielding there against Bordeleau. Would have made it difficult anyway.
So another throw in on the near side. Bounce back towards Mara, and that's going to go out of play. So both teams in the attacking third here in the second half have just not had clean possession to generate a quality scoring opportunity. Teams have been fairly even throughout. 4 shots for both teams, 2 shots on goal for Boston College, 1 for NC State. Morrow will keep it in on the near side. Deflected away. 4 corners for the Eagles, just 1 for the Wolfpack. Their chance for NC State to try to build something here. Looks like that one caught a piece, so it's going to go out of play and a throw in for Boston College. So again, just both teams trying to find a chance to break down these defenses. Nice job keeping that one in, and Poulin just going to deflect it as Maciotto, a sophomore, hits that one out and earns possession back. Maciotto, we told you, is from Uruguay, represented the nation at the U17 and U19 levels as part of the CONMEBOL U19 qualifying. So Eagles will get the free kick. Lowenberg, some pressure comes. So give it up to Clark, and now the Eagles will try to go quickly. Poulin into the box, Wong is there. Wong tried to reset, but Poulin jumps the lane. Back to Poulin, nice job on the handles, but that pass was deflected by Wong again. Right, let that one go through. Back to the far side. Slensky battling with Holtz. Hits it off of Holt and will get the throw in.
It goes without saying, but these moments when you're in deep, right? These opportunities become so important and ever magnified in a game like this.
Back out to the left. Wong, sliding tackle, leads to a corner for Boston College.
And exactly that, right? They created good work by Slensky. You can feel even the urgency. Certainly playing a time, obviously, 19 minutes left, but
based on the way these two teams have played this match, this feels like the most urgent any team has played. See the corners there, 7.4, 5 tonight for Boston College. Top 10 in the country. High service, that one off the head, headed back towards the front and now cleared out.
Oh boy, Dre was there on the backside and actually did get a piece of it. This creates a decent opportunity here. Roberts with the service. First touch as NC State. I guess Dre maybe didn't get it. Looked like the defender got there first. Yeah, Dre was trying to come in, but Alex Moore holds her ground well back there.
It was Maciotto with the first contact that popped it up. And then Alex Moore able to clear it away from trouble. Olivia Protopis, senior, played a key role in that Wolfpack win against Wake Forest. Had 7 stops of the 8 saves come in the second half after allowing a goal in the 43rd minute. Her 8 saves are the most in a conference win this year. Olivia Shippey had 10 in the loss against Stanford. 2-time player of the week is Olivia Protopis, and you can see joined her teammate Jade Bordeleau and Olivia Thomas for UNC.
Yeah, certainly deserving after the effort against Wake Forest, as you said. First upset of a ranked team in a long time for this NC State program is, again, the turnaround that we talked about in season. So difficult to do in the ACC, but they have certainly found a way to build some confidence. And can they continue it?
Well, it's credit to Gary Higgins, who coaches talk about conference season, starting a second season or a new restart. The Wolfpack have taken that restart and run with it. Talked about the 1-5-2 non-conference record. They are 2-1-2 in ACC games. A +1 goal differential in those games.
I mean, so often you see the reverse of that, right? In a conference as good as this. And that's what makes it all the more impressive.
We talked about the ACC being a gauntlet. It's shown so far throughout the ACC regular season, and it continues here tonight. NC State and Boston College in a battle, and across the ACC, some interesting games as Cal has tied it up against #1 Virginia. And
what a result that is. Cal holding their own.
And Notre Dame, 2 unanswered against Florida State to take a 3-2 lead. Corner coming up for the Eagles. 6th one of the night. Roberts, lower service this time, and Holt is cleared out. I think that was friendly fire.
That's about right where they've been. Only 2 times this year have the Eagles been below 6 corners in a game.
16 minutes remaining here in the second half. Scoreless between the Wolfpack and the Eagles. Topis, we talked about ACC Player of the Week, ACC Defensive Player of the Week earlier this year. His first NC State player to earn the league's Defensive Player of the Year twice since 2016. Wolfpack just trying to build off of the momentum, and a road result against Boston College will help. Aoki misfires on that pass. You can just see Gary Higgins trying to motivate his team here on the near side. Bordeleau tries to get by Lowenberg, and Lowenberg just does enough. Makata, she was active in that first half. Back to Bordeleau. Feeds it back out to the right side. Trying to cut it across. Good ball control. Now Holt will have it. Chance for Bordeleau on the left. Oh, she scores! Jade Bordeleau puts the Wolfpack on top. Five games with a goal for Jade Bordeleau, and the Wolfpack lead it 1-0.
What a move this is by Bordeleau, right? It felt like it had been a little bit since NC State had a great chance. Just a little bit of an unfortunate bounce there, and the shot came so quickly it kind of surprised Shippey a little bit, who kind of had to reset, didn't quite have her spot. And Bordeleau takes advantage, and NC State, wow.
Just incredible what Jade Bordeleau has been able to do. Goal now in 5 straight. 6 goals in those 5 games for Bordeleau. Just a matter of time. 9th goal of the season comes in the 76th minute for the junior. She had opportunities in the first half, finally breaks through here in the second. Eagles trying to match it. Great job by Aoki again to get on that one. Leidecker lost it on control. Now Duda. She'll just leave it for Nakata. Making a run is Aoki on the near side, but gave up on it just as that pass was coming from Duda.
Sometimes, you see a first goal go in, and then the natural expectation is, the momentum kind of starts to shift the other way because of, especially in a moment like this with only 13 minutes left, you really got to push for a goal. But NC State continuing to be front foot forward here. That through ball, as you said, didn't quite connect on a run, but had a decent look there.
The Eagles will look to try to find an equalizer here with 13 minutes remaining. Wolfpack have been able to jump the passing lanes here in the second half. Nakata to the near side for Duda. She'll let this one roll, draw in the defense. Duda cuts it back to the left side, trying to beat Poulin, and Poulin with a tackle hits it out of play. It'll be a corner kick coming up for the Wolfpack.
Just the second corner of the game for NC State.
Poulin looks like she's all right. She's back on her feet. Ball into the box and sent back near side. Shippey has to dive to make the save.
Yeah, it's the second effort, right, which can be so dangerous at times. Watch the service come in here, and just a pretty good touch. When you kind of shift the defense, right? You pull one way, come back across. That can be so dangerous.
Nakata on the near side. They go into the box on the service. Backside over the crossbar.
That's 2 in a row unmarked. Great opportunity again. And it's just not on goal.
Mackenzie Smith with a quality opportunity there. You can see her come in unmarked. Able to put a clean head on it. Smith, who's played the full 90 in all but one game this season. That was 73 minutes in the season opener against James Madison. Has a shot on goal registered against Notre Dame. Eagles now searching for an opportunity. 10:25 remaining. Baylor Goldthwaite. He's going to draw the foul. Slensky and Goldthwaite on that far side. Lowenberg will try to push forward her offensive players as she sends this one in towards the 18. Holt able to win that battle. Well, Goldthwaite trying to earn it back for the Eagles. Bordeleau is going to absorb the contact, and it's going to be against Bordeleau as she came in. I thought Bordeleau got...
Yes, Bordeleau and Dre, who got caught together.
Yeah, that's exactly where I thought it went, right towards like lower rib area.
And they'll stop the clock now. Yeah, I think that's okay on that call, right? That left shoulder.
Yeah.
If you
Gets
certainly
more of the
look at it
contact.
from that angle,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's like, you know, who's on the spot and then who is the one coming in. So I think actually looking at those replays, that looked like an okay call.
Bordeleau is still down on the far side. Again, the way the contact came in, it was right on that left lower rib side of Jade Bordeleau. Might just be one of those where the wind gets knocked out of you. You need a couple of seconds to kind of catch your breath, reset. Clock is stopped at 9:28. That is the lone goal scorer of tonight's match. Jade Bordeleau put the Wolfpack on top in the 76th minute with her 9th goal of the year. Take another look at Jade Bordeleau and the go-ahead goal here for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, just a really excellent shot. Again, a little unlucky there by BC for Lowenberg's touch. Bordeleau finds it and then just absolutely executes a shot. Goals in 5 consecutive games for Bordeleau and NC State. And because the trainer came out, she has to come off. Can come right back in. However, BC with this free kick chance to take advantage first.
On target! Oh, pushed away by Protopis.
Well, we talked about Lowenberg's ability to serve into the box and nearly created something special right here.
I think she was trying to get Protopis sleeping as Protopis was ahead of that 6-yard box, into the box, deflected, and rolls out of play.
Yeah, that ball pushed it, because Clark actually had a lane there, but smart to let it go because it was going to be another corner chance.
7th corner for the Eagles. They go quickly. Goldthwait into the box, near side post, and just goes beyond Dre.
All right, let's go through that sequence. Eagles going quickly. Here's the first opportunity. Or beg your pardon, that's the last one. So watch here on this first corner kick chance. It comes back across, and if Clark actually has the lane, it's harder to tell on that angle. It was farther away, not like she could have gotten it there. And then the second one trying to come back across to Dre, and the header opportunity just skimmed it a bit.
Douglas will check out. Eagles trying to find something here late in the second half. 8 minutes remaining. A good look on frame by Lowenberg. Protopis with a huge stop. And then on the ensuing corner is able to avoid trouble. Bordeleau on that right side, putting pressure on Dre. Forces the kick out and throw in coming up for the Wolfpack. You can see she's still feeling that contact. Jade Bordeleau turning into a superstar right in front of our eyes. 4 goals last year, tied for the team lead as a sophomore. Team leader in goals and points this season. Just tipped away there by Duda. Oh, Andy Wright will check in for Baylor Goldthwait.
Both outside backs now. Andy, you're gonna sit.
Wolfpack will counter as they'll send in Maciotto. They're gonna wait for the next stoppage here.
I mean, you know, it's a cost-benefit thing, right? Because obviously you want her in the game, which is such an important piece, but up by 1, so trying to protect the lead, and obviously, you know, still maybe not 100% right at this moment. You know, it's probably the decision you have to make.
So Bordeleau off, Maciotto on. Eagles have the throw in. I think the Eagles got away with one there, and ball's gonna bounce off and give the Wolfpack a throw in. Duda again with possession. Maciotto with Lowenberg on her. Size matchup there for Lowenberg as she's able to get some help. Kaliski comes over and alters that one. So Duda again. Trying to battle here. Mara turned around. Aoki all over Mara, and that one deflected by Duda. So now NC State, you talked about it, still continuing on that front foot, still continuing to press here against this BC offense. And again, it's Duda trying to find Maciotto. Great effort by Maciotto, turns the corner, she's in the box. Maciotto's pushed down. Lowenberg gets away with it.
They've let a lot go today.
It's been fairly consistent with that type of physicality. We saw Real pushed off at the top of the 18 in the first half. As we close in on 5 minutes remaining here in the second half. Wolfpack with a 1-0 lead over Boston College. Another pass up for Maciotto. Too much contact on that one. Both teams with 3 shots on goal. Wolfpack with a 1-0 lead. The Eagles have had 7 corners to the 3 for the Wolfpack. Olivia Protopis and this Wolfpack defense have answered the call so far here tonight.
Nice touch by Wright to start it.
Real just lost that one on the bobble. Trying to come over. Nakata. Just trying to avoid the pressure from Boston College. Another chance back out to the right for Sims. Lost it there down the line and now taken back by NC State. Nakata again with possession. Tries a give and go here with Aoki. Kenzie Smith looks for Duda. Just a little too far in front of Aoki. And a good battle there as Alex Moore steps up and takes it away. Duda, again, just trying to thread the needle on that pass. Georgina Clark takes it away. Runner is Mara here on the near side and fouled from behind. Eagles trying to...
I think actually just lost her footing, Lewis, in the run of play.
Yeah, official did not play the advantage, so Mara on the near side has support from Grossa. Mara tries to cross it in and it'll lead to a corner.
Yep, good read to create the corner kick. We've certainly talked about they've gotten them, and now it's, can they take advantage?
8th corner of the match for Boston College.
Eagles sub here. Roberts comes back on. They're taking their time. There's both sides of it, right? A little bit of miscommunication here. You want to go fast just because of the time, but you also want to be set up. BC did not have all their players off in the sub. There was certainly a little bit of communication there, but the clock running during all this time.
Yeah, hurts BC. Top of the box, now cleared out. Sometimes you'll see the official just stop the clock because of the time, but it was BC with possession,
right,
BC
exactly.
trailing.
It's not, yeah.
Chance here for Clark. Tries to chip it back into Lowenberg. Lowenberg just crossed it over the crossbar.
That's such a good ball from Clark and did sneak it in. It was just nothing she did, right? Everything just had to be pushed a foot farther inside. So credit to NC State for forcing that a little bit wider.
Not giving the Eagles anything through the middle of the field. So Protopis resets the spot. The official tells her to go. She will kick this one down. Macioto tried to feed it to Duda. This one just spins around Mara. And now Lowenberg has to reset. Macioto got the deflection. Trying to win the race. Left-footed shot's gonna go in on Shippey. I don't think Gary Higgins liked that one.
It's so hard to know in the moment, but you actually probably are better off not taking that shot, right? And just trying to go to the corner and take more time. Now NC State here pushes it back, so that same amount of time is probably accomplished.
Great stop there, but the Eagles continue to push forward. Wong, another great read, jumps that one. Shippey's gonna have to come out and play this one. Time winding down on the Eagles. Kata. Over to Duda. Duda headed it back to the Eagles. Now Mara down the right side, absorbs the contact, draws in the double team, and kicks it off the defender Aoki. Lowenberg gonna get the throw in. Has Grossa on the left side. Goes back in towards the box. Lowenberg crosses that one low. Was looking for Real, and Real puts one on Protopis, and she's able to come in and take it away. 30 seconds remain.
Well, they push a little. Certainly a couple of opportunities, but just couldn't quite get that grade A chance here in the late moments.
Another chance. Wolfpack looking for some insurance. Duda leaves it. Now Lowenberg trying to feed Roberts on the outside, but time's gonna wind down, and the NC State Wolfpack continue their unbeaten run in their last 5 games. They are now 3